Hello everyone, welcome back to X4 Foundations, and for the first time, Tides of Avarice DLC. I'm Afroluigi, and before we jump right into my save, we're going to look at the new saves, and I've already looked at them, so we're just going to read off the
Tired of
introduction.
waiting for
Oh,
shuttles?
The Vigor Syndicate, you say? Well, of course I can answer a few questions, officer. Protectors of Windfall, they call themselves, and their protection is something that upstanding business people tend to pay good credit for. Nothing in the system happens without their knowledge. Any transaction, physical or virtual, that passes through, it's safe to assume they know about it. There is no money laundering that I'm aware of at the present time, no. Large-scale financial transfers, yes, but they're for the most part limited to generous loans to the needy over in Avarice. What's that? Runners? I don't think you should pay those rumors any attention, officer. Under the Syndicate's watch, there has been no smuggling of illicit substances for as long as I can remember.
interesting. Anyway, so yeah, let's read the description. When after weeks of slow business, you received the order request from the Aurora Casino, you thought you had hit the jackpot. The feeling of elation was followed by the realization that your route would take you into the Vigor Syndicate territory. If you wanted this job, you would have to cut them in. Despite the warnings, you thought you could handle dealing with what you believed to be just a bunch of goons, but now, accompanied by heavily armed Syndicate enforcers, you're not so sure anymore. One thing I noticed about this is there's a character selector. You can Argon male or female. So that's a nice new introduction. And let's listen to Stranded and then read it off.
Have I ever told you about the time we went head-to-head with an armada of pirate hunters? Oh yes, things were going all sorts of sideways. Then a sick and humongous fleet showed up. In the blinding revelation from the Holy Triangularity itself, one of us had the idea to... Actually, this won't make sense unless I wind back a bit further. So bear with me. I was in something of a spot of bother when this dashing young scoundrel single-handedly overwhelmed the entire guard detail of a Ministry of Finance military station.
Is that the whole story? I guess that's the whole story. I think that was a parent talking. And the intro for Stranded is, you have always been a bit of a troublemaker, so it's not unusual for you to find yourself in the occasional sticky situation in the pursuit of easy credits. This time, however, it seems like your schemes have maneuvered you into a total dead end, and you'll have a hard time getting out without help. Interesting. So yeah, we're not going to be trying any of this just yet. We're going to be jumping right into my previous save, which I should have moved to Black Hole Sun, but let's just jump right in. Oh, I did finish Terraforming 18 billion. The little videos of like the talking heads and the reward video, I'll be posting at the end of this video rather than the beginning like I've been normally doing. Figured I'd jump straight into the Tides of Avarice before posting. What was the word I was looking for? Before posting this video. Now, I am super excited. I admit I did go up. I'm going in mostly blind. I don't really know too much about the DLC. I've seen like some of the ships. I know about the Astrid and the Girl King, I think it's pronounced. So I'm aware of those two ships, but I don't know how to get them or anything. But the one thing I did look at, and I know as I know where the map is, so I vaguely know where the gate connections are. Black Hole Sun, I think 18 billion as well as one of them. I think there might be one other, but I can't remember. But right now, where I moved to headquarters, and we're in terraforming Getsafuni. Rather than going down in Griffith, I jumped over to Getsafuni to get it over and done with. So I've started terraforming that planet, and I've had a couple of its videos already. But once again, those will be posted at the end. I did manage to queue up a few more quests from those like the Keter NPC, the Corin lady. I've got some quests queued up for them. We'll be dealing with them another time, though. Oh, loading screen. Let's see, is there anything else I need to go over? Oh, I did save the Holy Order. They are actually starting to build fleets, capital ships again. They are back. And they are fighting now, so I'm quite happy I managed to resurrect them. I'm going to keep my trading fleets there. just to keep the Holy Order alive. Until such time as I decide I want to destroy everyone or not, which I haven't yet decided yet. Anyways, I'm going to cut this bit out and I'll be back at once the screen is loaded. Alright, here we go. First things first, we are going to quickly teleport over to the net. Actually, we're going to send the Nazarene to Black Hole Sun so it starts flying. That looks like an active gate. And we'll bring the Pride of Lusitania along so it has my support
Entering
vessels.
system. Get Sofune. Katana.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
Autopilot. Engaged.
And away we go. So I figured out what my issues with the joystick was. It was the exact same issue I was having when I wasn't recording, when I had issues and wasn't able to record earlier. I've got to... What was that noise? I got to get used to the new sounds. I haven't gotten used to the new sounds yet. But it was the same issue as before. Is I need to make sure my system stays updated. If the updates stop being aligned, if like some parts of my system aren't fully updated, and then something else gets updated, I just basically need to make sure I'm doing updates whenever I go to bed, rather than once a week, which is what I used to do.
Autopilot. Disengaged.
Yeah, that definitely looks like a live gate in Black Hole Sun.
Entering system. The Void. Jump gate.
Yeah, while we're
Second
actually, I'll show you guys
contact.
what's going on in the Holy Order space. As we can see here, it's not over here. Where's their fleet? Oh, their fleet went on the offensive. Okay. Because there was a fleet stationed at this gate just before I saved. Here we go. Look at all those fighters. Yeah, they're definitely active and pushing back now. And yeah, we're going to go straight through that radiation cloud. We're going to risk it, just to save them a bit of time.
Danger. Hazardous region detected.
And it barely touched our shields.
Entering system. Second contact. Jump gate. Black hole sun.
My progress to get to Finis are actually fairly calm. I already started cleaning up the toxins.
Time to die.
Entering system. Black hole sun. Jump gate. Windfall.
Oh, there we go. Is there something sitting at the gate?
Salvage team, what is your status?
This is salvage team. All systems operational. Processing underway.
Acknowledged. We are standing by.
This is salvage team. Last scrap cube processed. Ready for pickup.
Acknowledged. Picking up cargo. Cargo secured.
Clearing the area. We're all done here.
Setting course for home. We should be able to get there before the tide.
Understood. See you back home.
Interesting.
Manticore. Manticore.
A whole bunch of Riptide Rakers are already here. So those guys sound like they're from Avarice, because the tide is, I believe, the term for the Avarice natural hazard.
Entering system. Windfall.
Oh, that is, what, are we inside something, or is that just a very dense nebula? What are these things? Unknown objects.
Object.
Interesting. I need to check out those unknown objects. Do they show up on the map? Oh, we're up here.
Autopilot. Autopilot. Disengaged.
Yeah, we're definitely going to make our way over to those unknown objects and see what's going on with that. Yeah, this is a very peculiar looking sector, though. I can't tell if we're inside something or if it's, if we're inside something or if it's just a very thick nebula. It's moving. Oh, those are scrap cubes. Or they're just wrecks. Interesting. Okay, those are just wrecks.
Aurora Casino.
Oh. We've already found the casino. Oh, more cutscenes.
Welcome to the Aurora Casino. An exciting experience like no other. Enjoy and discover a wide variety of your favorite games. Xenon Invaders, Ride the Tide, Traveling to Lottie. You name it, we've got it. Visit our establishment now for a generous starter bonus with the potential to win real credits. Where else would you show off and improve your skills, if not at the Aurora Casino, which regularly pays out millions of credits? That's a score for the lucky ones. Are you the lucky one?
Not particularly. Is there a quest associated with that, though? No. Oh, we found a way out of the system.
Unknown object.
Actually, before let's see if we can read the sector description. We're in Aurora's dream. Windfall, Aurora's dream. It's notable for hosting the Aurora Casino, which is the largest gambling establishment in the network. It used to be the shining centerpiece of culture to which the rich business people and socialites who originally settled the system flocked. During the period when the system collapsed into lawlessness, the station never ceased to function entirely, but maintenance was somewhat neglected, and the exterior lost much of its visual splendor. Nowadays, the casino is a big part of the syndicate's push to attract outsiders to their system, and they hope that the promise of quick fortune will attract both potential new business partners and easy marks. While patrons gamble away their salaries in the ostentatious lobby of the casino, shady deals will take place in the back rooms. The Aurora serves as a hub for criminals from all walks of life. As such, has become a first point of contact for anyone looking to strike a deal with the Vigor Syndicate. Since the connection between Avarice and Windfall was first established, the Syndicate has been offering loans to desperate Riptide rakers who find themselves unable to maintain their stations by other means. Naturally, they charge interest, and anyone who cannot afford to pay them back on time finds themselves in deep trouble. Sounds like your standard protection racket. I think we're inside something. What is that? Big dot over there. And the orbital accelerator is pointed right at it, it looks like. Okay, not right at it.
Entering.
Or
Windfall.
that's a
Free
planet?
the horde.
Come on, don't make this difficult, Britson. You're the one who broke the rules.
What rules? I'm trying to make a living here.
Okay, one last time. No illegal wares.
What does illegal even mean in these parts? You're just taking whatever you want.
Oh, quit whining. We're not taking anything that isn't already ours. You weren't supposed to get this far in the first place.
You have no idea how important this is to me. It's all I have left. My family is starving.
Of course I know that, idiot. It's how the business is run. Our lives are all just business, and you've made a miscalculation. Now drop your cargo.
You know what? No, not this time. Riptide, you out there? Want to come and help settle a few scores?
Not part of the plan. Not part of the plan. The boss will be so mad.
Promethean Spark.
This is it. Come on. Final chance.
Hey, you. This is syndicate business. Stay away or else.
This is not going to work.
She.
Oh,
Blood.
Vigor's here.
I am not scared so easily.
Turn. Sentinel.
What's our mission offer here? Aid the Promethean Spark smuggling of food by fending off the Vig enforcers. I don't know whose side I want to be on, so let's just sit back and observe. Or actually, let's go exploring.
I'm on now. Say your goodbyes.
Yeah, we'll come back to that later. Oh, we have more detail. We have more things to read. All right, let's get the details on Windfall. No information. Okay. The Horde. The new arrangement of the Jump Gate network means that this sector of the Windfall system provides the only entry point into the Avarice system. Scavengers of the Riptide Rakers, as well as Commonwealth traders passing through Windfall to gain access to Avarice, are often harassed by the Syndicate and other smaller bands of criminals. This results in the exchange of wares between Avarice and the outside network being somewhat sparse. The proximity to Riptide Raker space also results in a scrapyard being built in this sector by the Vigor Syndicate. Impounded ships are stripped of anything useful and then stored to be accessed for scrap metal at a later date. It is also of note that the Vigor Syndicate enforce a complete monopoly on all food production and distribution in their space. This policy was initially lobbied for by the Solid Ice Union, a conglomerate of ice mining companies stranded in Windfall, who went on to form one notable wing of the Vigor Syndicate. Some argument that the policy is meant to prohibit resource extraction by outside forces with more technologically advanced mining ships. Now that the connection has been reestablished, others points out that by disallowing any transportation of food whatsoever, other than that sold by their own traders, they have effectively erected a solid trade blockade and made the people of Avarice dependent on their products, which they naturally sell at a premium. Ironically, this has led to some Raker ships smuggling contraband food through pirate territory. Interesting. Food is illegal. Okay. That's an interesting touch, making food illegal. Oh, there's the Alliance of Word. So it looks like the Vigor owns all of Windfall. There's the jump gate.
Unknown object.
That leads directly to Avarice. Ooh. Oh, and there's another transorbital accelerator over there. So let's go check out the next system in Windfall. I want to see if I can figure out what the hell's going on with this backdrop. Oh, Riptide construction vessel. Interesting.
Keep safe.
Interesting.
Abnormal power signature detected.
It appears to be coming from that large vessel. Such a power signature points to some rather unorthodox engineering. Even through the interference, it is easy to see that this ship is formidable, albeit not yet complete. I fathom that, when fully constructed, few could stand against it in direct conflict. Perhaps it is worth considering a boarding operation, although I do not expect it it to be a simple matter.
Wait, is Bosa just casually talking about stealing a vessel?
This is Vig Base to approaching ship. Let me give you some free advice. Turn back while you still can.
This isn't gonna end well. Or were they talking to me? I think they were talking to me. We'll come back to that later.
Accelerator. Unknown sector.
We'll come back to that later.
Barbarossa.
We will definitely come back to that later. Is there a new quest in my mission interface as well with that?
Awaiting orders.
And away we go.
Hey, you. Infighter. Split scans show you carry contraband. Safe to say you do not mind dirtying hands. If true, Split want to offer mission you might be interested in.
If I may suggest, my assistant should stay clear of any illicit business.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to these quests later.
Nonsense! You should never pass up an opportunity to gain such insight into this place's socio-economic structure. Besides, in a system owned by the Syndicate, who is the real criminal?
I think it's still them. Okay. So we've already encountered 2 different quests here. Oh, there's a jump gate there.
Unknown object.
Oh, that leads to 18 billion. Okay. Ooh, I was worried I was going to hit the gate. And we're just going to shoot down the center here. Oh, I see a shipyard or something over there. And there's another jump gate there. Oh. Okay, where's that jump gate lead? There, oh, is that... No, that's the same I thought that transorbital accelerator just over there was the same one we had just... I thought it was a different one, but no, it's the same one we just went through. It's a wharf. Let's go check out the gate. Who owns the wharf? Bigger Syndicate shipyard. What can we buy from here? Oh, just L and XL ships.
Unknown object.
Is that a ship or... No, that's a ship. Okay. Silent witness as a gate? I'm gonna run into it, yep.
Entering system. Silent witness.
So where do we pop out? Okay, just on the edge there. Okay.
Entering system. Windfall.
Well, I guess we're on to Avarice then. Which is back over here.
Autopilot.
Now let's
Engaged.
read up on Union Summit. When the Teladi and Argon first re-established contact with the Windfall system, they hardly recognized it. Largely gone were the obscene displays of wealth and the luxurious-looking space stations of the past. Instead, they were met with the skeletal relics of old marvels, and whereas their envoys used to meet with goodwill and gifts by the rich communities that were once in charge, they were now met with open hostility by the criminal gangs that constituted the new leadership. Understandably, relations between Windfall and its neighbors have cooled significantly. Fearful that outside influence would disrupt the delicate system that had established itself during the period of isolation. The biggest criminal organization, the Vigor Syndicate, seized the opportunity and united several other criminal groups under its banner. The unruly nature of the system also led many smaller bands of pirates to use Windfall as a staging ground for their raids into Argon and Teladi space, and as a retreat where they could disappear off the radar of the law. It remains unclear why the Ministry of Finance and the Argon authorities refrained from occupying this lawless thorn in their side. Perhaps it is because their offensive capabilities are requiring more urgency elsewhere, or maybe some back-channel deals have been made to keep them out of the system. So no one's going to tell me why the system looks like this.
Entering Windfall. Free the Horde.
Like, this is a downright beautiful system, but it definitely looks like it's inside something. But once again, that's a planet right there. So is this just some weird nebula thing? Like, there's another planet over there.
Jump gate. Avarice. Autopilot. Disengaged.
Alright. Let's get to Avarice.
Mayday, mayday. Ship bestowed in perpetuity. Inbound for tide break. Major engine failure. Need engineers for repairs.
Negative. Bestowed in perpetuity. Tide is inbound. Scramble a volunteer rescue team. How many occupants?
Just me. Negative on the rescue mission. I will get it to work.
Call again should you change your mind. Good luck.
Any engineers out there? Please hurry to my location. Ship in need of repairs. Please report immediately.
I don't think I'll be able to dock with this guy. This guy definitely needs help right now, though.
Greetings, fellow denizens and voyagers. This is Tidebreak, the station built into an asteroid so massive it withstands even the most vigorous of tides. If you're not already accommodated at one of our safe havens, or on the way out of the system, we now strongly advise you to engage your...
Awaiting orders.
An engineer. Wonderful. Quick, do an EVA and try to fix the remaining engine. I am trying to fix something with the engine control from in here.
Okay, they're having us EVA out.
Hello there.
Katana.
That should be sufficient. I will try to start the engine. Better stay clear of the exhaust.
Let me get back to my ship first.
Oh no. No, 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 no. Something broke.
Warning. Engine failure. Evacuate vessel to prevent loss of life.
No, we can still do it. I have figured something out. Broken wiring is interfering with the engine control. You can access and repair some of those using your spacesuit. Please hurry.
We have completed our current terraforming project.
Okay, let's give this guy a hand.
Great. That shines some light on the other issues. Keep preparing. I will try to think of some way to fix it from here.
Multiple systems critical. Destructive stellar event imminent. Evacuate immediately. Danger. Life support system failure.
This guy just needs to abandon
Evacuate
ship.
immediately. Pelican.
Keep preparing. I will try to think of some way to fix it from in here.
Your life
It
support
has
is
not failed
failing.
yet. There is still time.
There's a hazard warning.
It looks like I have to cut my losses. I will evacuate to your ship. Please pick me up.
Okay, let us get back to our ship. Where is Avarice? There's Avarice. Whoa. Yeah, there's no way we're going to be able to...
Please pick me up. I'm floating here.
Wait, do we have space on the Katana for a crew transfer? Perfect, we do.
Approaching your ship.
Spacesuit.
Oh, he's coming in through the ramp?
Requesting docking permission. Quick, we need to escape the looming tide. Let us head to Tide Break. It was built to withstand the event. I also have an acquaintance there who I would like you to meet.
Oh. Ah.
Vulture. Vanguard. Tide break.
Come on, I want to dock. Where's my docking? Come on.
Docking aborted. Docking granted.
There we go.
Ah, Tide Break. You feast for the eyes. Protector of people. Home of profit. Friend, I made it.
I see that. But where is your ship?
Out there. Not too far from the station.
Out there, you say? I see. Out there. So, you need a new one? How much can you advance me?
Let us say you will get a share of the first profits.
Sure, you can make that acquisition. I know you do not accept handouts. I have something cheap for you, but claiming it is a bit hands-on.
A scrapyard salvage.
Ah, there it is. Always a sight to behold.
There goes my property.
Yes, one of those.
You know, I am an inexperienced pilot. I will probably not get it out of there without major damage.
Is your friend over here a better one?
He sure is. Picked me up in my spacesuit and got both of us out of there.
Brilliant! That's settled then. I will be on my ship. You can meet me there, once you are ready for a salvage adventure.
Thank you so much for helping me.
The scrapyard?
The scrapyard is certainly a bleak sight to behold. It is a place where the syndicate dumps stripped ships after their collecting sprees. But stealing from the scrapyard is one form of payback. Good luck on your journey.
Okay, well we saw that was an interesting view but where are we going now? Oh, don't tell me it was that ship that just went into storage. See if I can call it out. Nope. Oh, is it a courier? Okay, it's this ship here. Oh. Wait, how did...
Ready to rummage?
Sure, why not?
Wonderful. Let's wait out the tide and fly off straight after.
Entering system. Windfall.
That one looks suitable. I'll drop you off as close as I can. Good luck from there. Once you're in, go to the pilot seat and start flying immediately. Even better, charge the travel drive. Once the laser towers recognize that this ship is back online, they'll almost certainly try to shoot you down.
Helpful. So actually, while we're waiting, let's read up on the Avarice entry. Avarice 4. The impact of the first tide took most of the habits of the Avarice system by surprise. Many ships were destroyed outright, and the repeated waves would quickly also take their toll on larger, more fortified constructions such as stations. The only object that turned out to be capable of withstanding the tide was an abandoned mining facility which had been drilled into the side of a massive asteroid in Avarice 4, and which the Riptide Rakers soon repurposed as an austere but functional shelter. The majority of the inhabitants of Avarice flocked to the station of Sanctuary, which became known as Tidebreak, leaving vast regions of the system uninhabited. Since the people living in Tidebreak could not venture far from their safe haven, the population lived in poverty and had to make do with scraps and whatever resources they could gather in the intervals between tides. For a long time, Tidebreak was the only reliable shelter from the tide's forces. This only changed when new technology appeared, seemingly out of nowhere. A new substance began to be distributed by the Hithero, a completely unknown North River company. This substance, called Protectron, has unique properties that allows it to be used as fuel by the Riptide Rakers to create protective shields powerful enough to withstand the intense stellar energies pulsing through Avarice. Thanks to this technology, the entirety of the Avarice system has since been reclaimed. In order to provide continuous protection, the new shield generators have to be regularly resupplied with small amount quantities of protection, an incredibly rare and expensive substance. Stations which cannot afford to pay are left to fend for themselves, and the people on these unprotected stations then fall victim to the tide. The North River Company, being the sole supplier, has grown incredibly rich and powerful as a result. And when the conditions in Avarice have improved considerably since Protection was introduced, this situation remains incredibly volatile. Oh boy, there's so much of that going on in this region, it seems.
What are you waiting for? We're here.
Don't rush me when we just arrived, you...
To claim the ship, find and scan a signal leak using your spacesuit scanner. Once you've done that, you will be able to dock.
Whoa, do you see that behemoth? I want that one.
I'm sorry to inform you that this product is currently unavailable. The display piece is sadly defunct, and, if I may add, quite above your price range.
One can dream.
It has also been occupied ever since the syndicate confiscated it. Apparently it was too ambitious and militaristic for us Rakers, which is why it changed hands. However, they never figured out how to connect turrets to it without blowing them off, so it's been sitting here under construction for an eternity or two. Heard the current occupant is a rather unfriendly fellow, so better stay clear of it. The first laser tower just came online. You better hurry out of there before they blow you up.
I'll brace you.
I'm out before I get noticed. Good luck, pilot. It was nice knowing you.
Wait, what?
Orders.
What does she mean by nice knowing you? Well, now we're just going to wait, because this is going to be a long flight. We should bring the Pride of Lusitania farther forward. Bring it more centralized. J.P. Morgan's Knife is the name of our current ship. Actually, while we're waiting, clean up toxins, start, and we'll also turn this off.
The materials will be sent down as soon as possible.
Okay, how much do we need? We only need 14,000, so we don't need that. So let's drop this down to 20k. I think, who do you work for? The Holy Vision Tree. Oh, okay, you're just purchasing stuff for the, okay, that's acceptable. Man, the ship is slow. Yeah, there we go. The tide is an interesting visual effect for sure. Oh, auto-saving, of course. Wow. Man, that's an annoying sound effect it got just in the middle with the thrusters firing. Come on, hurry up. I wish I could turn off autosave, but I know I'd forget to turn it back on, and then off camera I'd do something stupid and die and lose a whole bunch of progress. Otherwise, I would totally turn off autosave.
Entering
there we go.
system. Avarice. Riptide Raker's defense platform. Empty space.
70 kilometers out, and we're traveling at 1.5 kilometers a second, so just a few minutes. Actually about a minute. Oh, it looks like some ships got wrecked in the tide. A lot of ships got wrecked in the tide. How'd the Nazare do? Do we still have the Nazare, or did it get destroyed off the dock? It did not get destroyed off the dock. Perfect.
Tide break. Docking granted.
There we go. How do we get out of this thing?
Ides, Vanguard.
Welcome to Tidebreak, traveler. Enjoy your stay.
Wonderful. Thank you kindly.
Now, are we still waiting for you, or... You just gonna leave without saying goodbye? Well, if he does that, just means we're gonna go back to exploring.
Dear visitors, we are experiencing some minor surges in our power grid. Please excuse any inconveniences.
What are we waiting for now? Oh, he's off. Taking off. Alright, that's that. So I think this quest that we just did is going to be the one that gets us the Earl King. Man, it's been a while since I've seen the wire fence. Yes. So let's keep exploring. We'll finish exploring Avarice.
Katana.
Hello there.
there no other things in this system? Guess not. Oh, wait, there's one over there. Oh, and there's one back there as well. Okay, so there are some systems in this area. Well, stations in this area. So yeah, we'll finish exploring Avarice, and then I'll cut the episode. It's gonna be a long one, but fully explored. It still bugs me that when solar panels aren't properly aligned. Still nothing out there? Nope. So is this system not circular? Well, actually, because Grand Exchange, you can go from any of the Grand Exchanges to any of the other Grand Exchanges. Saturn, there's one central hub. Does this one have a central hub, or do you just keep going? Actually, either end, but you'd keep going deeper unless we can find another set of highways out here. Oh, there's the station I was looking for. Oh, there's a couple of stations over here. Are they just not showing up on pings? Apparently not.
Superhighway, unknown sector.
That's curious that I can't just... Nothing was showing up on the pings. I wonder if that's a bug or... No, it was... Yeah, the system... There's something unique about Avarice in that case because Windfall, we weren't having that issue. Everything was showing up on pings in Windfall. That's definitely weird. One thing I really want for Avarice, one thing I'm really hoping we see, is if we can get as close to the sun as we do in Avarice. Because that, especially with if you look at the solar rating for Avarice, there you go, 1,300%, close to 1,400. It's got all the resources. Or silicon, methane, hydrogen, helium. Oh, yeah.
Entering Avarice 1.
Let's start with that.
Awaiting orders.
Let's start with that station there, and we'll see how close to the sun we can get. Oh, there's a wharf there. Who owns the wharf? Riptide Rakers. We're almost as close to that sun as we are as Avarice is. Alright, next station to check. For some reason, I have a feeling there's something over there in that dust cloud right there. That one right there to the right. I kind of want to check it out. But another part of me tells me that's a wild goose chase, so... Oh, look, there's a shipyard. Now, there's a third system that in this DLC that's not connected by any. As far as I'm aware, it's not connected by any gates or accelerators. So I'm curious if we can get into it accidentally before the plot starts, or if it's entirely.
Entering Avarice 5 dead end.
What a name. So that's it for the exploring, I think. Oh, that one showed up on a ping. Alright, let's read the last of the entries on Avarice. Avarice 1. Initially, the Riptide Rakers were not the only denizens of the Avarice system. They used to share it with a community of wandering scientists who became stranded when the system was cut off from the Gate network. Not much is known about these enigmatic but peaceful nomads, since they mostly kept to themselves. What is known, however, is that they were intensely focused on researching the tide phenomenon once it emerged. They conducted experiments and took measures in the furthest reaches of Avarice, far from tidebreak and the shelter it offered. Many of them lost their lives to the tide in the pursuit of knowledge. Eventually, when the Riptide Rakers had not heard from the nomadic scientists for several weeks on end, they realized that the group had disappeared entirely. The scientists left behind only a few research instruments and a ship prototype that the Riptide Rakers would later claim for themselves. Attempt by the Rakers to pick up where the scientists' research left off, or to make use of the equipment they left behind, have ultimately proven fruitless. Between the relentless occurring tide and the intentions of desperate scrapers, most traces of their existence have long since been dismantled. And dead end. The whole of Avarice is plagued by repeated thermal pulses, emitted by the star at the heart of the system. The resulting wave of stellar particles ripping through the system are colloquially referred to by the local inhabitants as the tide. Despite the great speed at which the tide advances, it takes a few moments to engulf the entirety of the system. Avarice 5 is the sector furthest away from the center of the system, and as such it is afforded some advance warning of its approach. Other sectors are hit at barely a moment's notice. Another notable feature of Avarice as a whole, but especially this rather remote sector, is that it plays host to an unusually large number of space-time anomalies. These anomalies begin to appear during the later half of the system's period of isolation, but their number seems to have grown significantly since the Gate resumed its functions. Whether the increase in the number of anomalies was triggered by the reconnection to the gate network, was caused by some sort of inherent instability of the system, or was in some way connected to the emergence of the tide, or was entirely coincidental, is the topic of much debate among scientists and scholars. So something tells me the scientists that so-called disappeared ended up in dead end and went through one of those anomalies. That's my instinct. I don't think they're dead. That's just too convenient. But that's going to be the end of this episode. I am going to head off, edit this, upload it as quickly as I can, and then we'll be back to record a little bit more in a little while. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Oh, happy day! The first of us have moved in, and we are about to have our first council meeting. So exciting!
Oh, joy! We have successfully made this world habitable. The current terraforming project has completed.
This world is really turning into a bustling community. People are arriving from all over. Luckily, we have enough space and food for everyone. Please, keep up the good work. I never want to have to turn anyone away. Also, I thought you might like to hear that a school has just been named after you.
We have completed our current terraforming project. The current terraforming project has completed.
We took the grand opening of our art college as an excuse to hold a fundraiser to try and reward you for your efforts and perhaps enable you to help others. We set our goal at the lofty but very historic amount of 18 billion credits. You may not be surprised to hear that we fell a bit short, but here you go.
Once again, the Senate has approved the start of terraforming efforts on an as-yet uninhabited world near our borders. The world to be made habitable is Shiokaze, a blue planet in the Getsu Fune system. It is home to several highly toxic kinds of berries that actually make the air poisonous to humans, which has so far prevented any large-scale settlement. We will update you as this story develops. Breaking now. We have just received word that Shiokaze's flora is no longer a deadly threat to humans. We have invited the xenobotanist, Dr. Leo Corder, to talk us through the details and implications.
The current terraforming project has completed.